Thank you, Summer, for your support. If Summer thinks it's okay, then it's okay.
That is true.
And, the one thing that I have been curious about, Summer, that you don't seem to have is a catchphrase. And I don't know if there's one still coming by the end of the year. Is there a catchphrase for Cameron? Something that she can, no, I'll be back.
That was the first thing my sister said when I got the part. She called me and she said, "Well, do you have your badass catchphrase?" Still don't.
I think "thank you for explaining" is her catchphrase.
Yeah.
But it's cute, not frightening.
We've tried to make the Terminators really polite. It's just one of the things. I mean, thank you for explaining, and I think that Cromartie has always been very, very polite, cordial. I think that's something that they learned early was thank you, please.
So one other thing, and I can't remember where I was reading about this, but I know that the amount of physical work, actually you guys all have to do, but how much more in shape are you now? Is this, better physically than...
I started working out this week, and we finished the season months ago. So I only just started getting physical in the hopes that he can start kicking a little more ass in the next season. And she's been working out the whole time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you feel bad you haven't gotten to punch many people? Or you don't get to do it? You sort of are the one sitting at the kitchen table most of the time.
Yeah, I mean, I would like him to be going out and, shooting people and taking care of business. But, however, well, you're still Summer Glau, it's okay. You could sit at the kitchen table and still be the badass one of the show. No, but I think it's good for the character. He has to have somewhere to go and to start with. And I think some people like where he is, and some people have been frustrated that he isn't the future leader yet. But that's the whole point. He's a young guy, and he's scared, and he's figuring stuff out. But it's there. It's definitely there. And I think when we come back, right? Am I right? There'll be something. I'll get to at least punch one person. Please.
You threw Charlie down in the first.
That's true.
So with a judo flip that I know for a fact you actually don't know how to do. So
that's right.
I think you should be pretty happy.
That's true. I gotta be grateful.
My deal with Thomas is if he works out, then we'll let him.
I'm working on it.
It's a character arc thing, though. I mean, I think you can't have 3 alphas running around all the time, and I think it's it's important. We've only done 9 episodes, and we're going to be on the air for 12 seasons, so I think that needs to be.
Looking forward to seeing a geriatric John Connor.
Yeah. I know I'm in it, so I'm not supposed to say this, but how rad is it that in 9 episodes they have all that footage and all that action and all those clips? Like, I'm a little blown away watching it when you do that. That's all him, though.
I mean, actually, the one thing, and I know, again, we did this before, was just with the pilot, and the question was, how can you top what you guys did in the pilot? Because it was so big, and, every explosions, storylines, everything, it was big, but it seemed like you found amazing ways to keep the story going. It's not a CGI-driven show or anything like that. It's amazing, and I remember thinking, actually, the second episode was even better than the first one. That you found a way to sort of do storytelling and action without, having a massive budget to do it. I assume that's been sort of the goal all along, too.
It's our goal, and I think it's one of those kind of necessities of Mother Invention. We don't have an unlimited budget. I think Big Shot's actually a higher budget than we do this year, and that's not a joke. So I think you have to balance the drama and you have to balance the action. And I think for me, like, it's a lot of the really small, violent moments that I really appreciate. It's Cromartie smashing his double into the mirror and little things like that that are just, they're not big car. I don't need, car chases bore me and stuff like that. And by episode 2, everyone was wondering if we were going to hit a Terminator with a vehicle every single episode. So we've taken a few off, but yeah, I think you kind of have to balance those things. And also, you have these great actors and you want to see them act instead of, just run over stuff or be run over.
At the same time, the fight scenes are very good. Summer, do you have a particular favorite fight scene or any particular good punch you've learned that you've applied to real life?
My favorite fight scene was in the first episode. I love crashing into breakaway walls. It just so it's exciting, and I got to do that myself. So that was my favorite fight scene so far.
And I do think that, it kind of really goes. I mean, people say, "How do you do it?" And it kind of goes unnoticed. I mean, it's always cool to say, "Oh, these guys, a lot of them do their own stunts." It's really important that they do their own stunts because it saves us so much time to kind of use stunt doubles and then come in and punch in for them. It's really time consuming, and frankly it never looks as good. And I think to be able to have these guys actually able to do these things, especially all the stuff that Summer has to do, it's one of the reasons we can actually do it, is because you can just put them in there and film them, and it cuts our time down a lot. I mean, it's a huge part of it, besides just being really cool.